It's been 5 days since a Clear Creek County dog breeder was found dead in Idaho Springs. Police are still searching for whoever killed Paul Peavy and took his Doberman puppies. Well, tonight we're hearing from a Berthoud man who was about to buy one of those puppies. He shared his story exclusively with Denver 7's Amy Wattis.
I think justice for Paul is the most important thing here.
Bryce Peavler and his wife met 57-year-old Paul Peavy on August 4th at his home in Idaho Springs to pick out the Doberman puppy they were going to take home a few weeks later.
We picked out a little boy. We had named ours Cigar after a famous racehorse.
The couple lost their 12-year-old Doberman Mac about a month ago and finally felt ready to get a new pup.
Well, I Google searched and Paul's website came up and texted him and he immediately texted back. About 5 minutes later we were on the phone and we had probably a 30-minute phone conversation.
Bryce says there were 2 litters of Doberman puppies when they met Paul at his home the next day.
He had his adult dogs there and then he had roughly 20 puppies at that time.
Bryce paid Paul a $500 deposit that day and was going to pay a pretty penny for the European Doberman when he picked him up at the end of the month.
And the pickup purchase price was $4,000. So, it's definitely no cheap dog, but again, believe you get what you pay for.
Pickup day was supposed to be this past Sunday, but that never happened. Bryce texted Paul the day before.
Said, hey, Paul, we'll see you at the KOA, 10 o'clock tomorrow, just confirming. And I never heard back.
He didn't hear back, so he texted Paul again that night. Still nothing, so he called and no answer. Sunday morning, he texted Paul again, saying, quote, hey, Paul, everything okay? 10 a.m. at the KOA, still good?
No answer, so I called and left a voicemail. And then I went to Google and just searched his name and happened to find the news right after that. It was a real, shock and awe kind of moment. And my wife started tearing up quite a bit, and we were just dumbfounded.
Bryce reported his interactions with Paul to the Clear Creek County Sheriff's Office in hopes it can help with the investigation. The Sheriff's Office says as many as 10 of the puppies were reported missing from Paul's home and says their whereabouts are part of the case. Bryce and his wife are hopeful their pup, Cigar, will be found so they can bring him home. But even more than that,
the more people that are aware of the situation, the better chance of finding the justice here and a resolution.
They're hoping justice is served.
It's not necessarily about the dogs to me. There's a person that's dead, and that's heartbreaking.
Amy Wattis, Denver 7.